telling you, I felt a spirit of anxiety. And there are those of you who are feeling a spirit of anxiety because where you're trying to go doesn't look like anything you've ever seen before, and you ready to retreat and go back to familiar. Even though familiar ain't about to get you nowhere, you gonna go back to it just because you feel comfortable. So I'm just gonna say, bro, like, trust the process, keep driving.
This episode of the Secrets to Success podcast is brought to you by none other than Organifi. Organifi is an organic superfood supplement line that makes quality, trusted nutrition convenient and accessible. Their most popular product, the green juice, can supercharge your life, restore that glow, and help you feel decades younger in just 30 seconds per day, without you having to worry about shopping for ingredients, mixing and blending them, and then that cleanup afterwards. You don't have to do any of that. All ingredients are USDA organic, vegan-friendly, and made without GMO ingredients, gluten, or soy. Where else can you get superfoods like chlorella, moringa, spirulina, wheatgrass, ashwagandha, turmeric, just to name a few? And because you listen to the Secrets to Success podcast, you get to save 20% on your entire order. So go right now to www.organifi.com/success. That's ORGANIFI/success. And get you and your family something that really makes a difference in your health.
You ready? All right.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Bayesian sensation, Mr. Carl Wesley Phillips.
What's going on, y'all? What it do?
I got Dr. King in the building. Dr. King.
I got
Got a little twitch. He look like he got a little twitch.
That's what happened when he don't do his push-ups right before we start.
I did the push-ups. I did them in your kitchen.
Yeah.
I did the while you was eating them donuts, I was doing push-ups.
Ain't
Hey,
no
bro, hit them
donuts
labels.
over
Hit them
here.
labels. Hit them labels.
Hey, I'm
Yeah, no, they ain't sponsoring.
yeah, come on, man. We
I
stopped
don't
that in
even know if
22.
people knew who that was, though.
What?
If
Who,
if
Daryl?
you didn't take the labels off,
Ain't
Oh,
I don't know if you knew who that company was.
Great value. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Great Value. Dang, when I said, do we got water, I meant
Bruh.
Yeah, you got something.
I'm not
in there.
poor.
It's New York.
Say I'm not
He
poor.
just, yeah.
Bro, he filled these up in the bathroom. Like, hey, just
Well,
go
you know,
ahead.
mall folks be wasting the big
Yes,
ones.
all the time.
There'd be
Oh,
water
no, not
left in
me.
them at the end. I'm like, we're not doing that no more. Water left in at the end, Mom.
No,
I'm like,
not me. I need
no
a,
more waste.
Time.
I see the big old, you know, the ones we normally get,
Yeah.
them big old ones, and they straight
They just
got
be
water in it
sitting
the next
around.
day.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
no,
oh,
that's
no.
my kids, bro. Oh, my kids is legendary for the one sip.
Just bow.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And they don't want to drink it after because they're not. It's like, oh no, that ain't mine.
Yeah,
That's
Oh, yeah, nah,
Right.
yeah. Hip hop preacher, what's going down? How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm talking or just say how I'm feeling and we move on.
Oh, just how you feeling?
Okay,
Ooh.
good. I feel good.
Okay, good. You feel good. Okay, you ready to get right to it? I know
Not
you
that.
do.
I was driving here and I had a point. So I just had some point, but I don't have to do the point right now.
No, if it's on
Yeah.
your spirit,
It
let's
seem
go.
like
I
it's
mean,
on
we
you.
here
Come
now.
on.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, so
Let's get right to it.
yeah, so I don't know if this ever happened to y'all, but man, the G.P.S. is different. So you got the one that comes with your Apple phone, you got Waze, I think it's called, and you got the one in your car, your navigation. So I couldn't do Waze for whatever reason, it wouldn't let me do it. So I used the one in the car, and the one in the car is different for my personality because they do give you directions, but they wait till the last minute. You know what I'm saying? Like some of them tell you like a mile before.
Right.
So they told me to get over, and it was like,
Oh, that'll piss you off when you don't know the one that's coming
Yeah.
after. It's like turn left, turn. You be like,
I didn't
no,
know
I'm
what
already...
to do. So I was supposed to get on 315 North,
Yep.
and I stayed on 70.
Yep.
So when I stayed on 70, man, it added an extra 20 minutes. So
That just hurt your spirit.
I'm talking
that
about right
cost.
off the cuff. So first and foremost,
That's when you sent me that video.
no, that was like I was in my drive. I left at 5:30.
Okay.
So when I first got on the freeway, they told me go this way, but then the road was closed. And I was like, Didi was like, the road is closed. I'm like, no, I'm not. You got to know when to be structured and when not to. You feel me? I'm like, this ain't the time to be following rules because you can see cars not even 30 feet away getting on the freeway. So the only thing really stopping us is road closed, these little cones, but they not it's early in the morning. It's like 5:30. So it ain't like the construction even started yet. So I'm like, Didi, I'm not doing that. I'm getting on the freeway. Got on. Long story short, bro, I went the way they told me to go. And I promise you, I've never seen this happen before. I know it's happened to somebody before. It never happened to me. I'm on one back road for 30 miles. I'm talking about like Gomer Pyle.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like the Andy Griffin show.
Like dirt road almost.
Dirt, bruh. I'm talking about backwoods, cows, grass,
Yeah, that's
no
a
community.
terrible drive.
Bruh.
That's a terrible drive.
First of all, I'm not going to lie. I'm not comfortable being
in them
in
environments.
them period. I'm not comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, we got 30
Well,
long
Carl is a
minutes.
part of MAGA, so he could have gave you one of his
Did you put
hats
on the
to wear.
self-drive? You put the self-drive on?
Let me tell you something. I was so alert. I was so alert, bro. Like, bro, I was alert. So then we do the 30-minute, boy, and I'm like, okay, guy, I got 30 miles in no man's land, right? Then after that, it tells me to turn on the street called Detroit. And on Detroit Street is 21 miles. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm about to do almost 60
almost an
miles
hour.
on the back. But you know what? I was thinking about when I was driving. I was
No
like,
traffic, though.
no, quite honestly, no, really. It was a couple trucks. I just went around them. So it was no traffic.
But you can't do 70 out there.
No, you could do 70, but it's like it's Andy Griffin somewhere around here, and I'm not trying to get caught out here in the backwoods.
Against
Ain't no jumping out the car in the backwoods.
Bruh.
Oh, that would be ugly.
We was
Oh, that
on
could
one.
get ugly.
It was the AT&T. It wasn't 5G. It wasn't 3G. It wasn't LTE.
Yeah, nah.
It wasn't nothing, bruh. But you know what was so crazy?
Oh, that's scary.
It
'Cause
told
then
me
you
20
think your
minutes.
GPS might be.
Oh, bruh,
tweaking.
I didn't know what was what.
Yeah.
Didi was like, I'm just gonna go to sleep. She's like, I was like, all right, I got you. But the crazy part about it was when I got home, I still got home under the time it told me I was gonna get home. You feel me? And as I was driving, Mark, look, I'm talking about, bruh, anxiety. I just had to calm myself down. Like, yo, E, it's gonna be all right. You're gonna get from these backwoods. But
Yeah.
I was thinking, how
Follow
many
the North
people?
Star.
Yeah, how many people start their journey and when it don't look the way they think it should look, like they want to get off. And all I kept telling myself was like, yo, E, whatever you do, like you don't know where you are in the process, so don't try to get on because my whole thing was like, get back on 70, get on 75, like get on a major highway. And I just kept thinking about like, yo, how many people get a spirit of anxiety on their way to entrepreneurship success. And they get off the road, get back on the road, they listen to people. I just was like, yo, E, if you're going to trust the GPS in the first place, trust it. Like, I'm not comfortable back here. But how many people in the middle of your entrepreneur journey, you not comfortable?
Or in the
and now
middle of
you
your
just gonna
journey, period.
Yeah.
It only got to be entrepreneur
You're
journey.
going to try to jump off and go another way. And I'm telling you, I literally did what it told me to do. Bro, when I tell you it don't make sense, I'm like, yo, there's no way you're going to tell me that this way is quicker or a better route than going back to the freeway and on a major expressway. You feel me? And you know, when I got back on, like, I think it was like 475 or something like that. And to be honest, I was like, yo, E, the freeway ain't necessarily that much safer. It's just you're familiar with it.
Yeah.
And so many times, bruh, we actually kill ourselves with familiar. If we feel like, bro, you failing.
You got a whole podcast.
I'm just saying, you failing, but it's familiar though.
Yeah.
So you feel, even though you know you broke, busted, and disgusted.
Yeah.
You still feel good about being broke, busted, and disgusted because it's like, at least I know this busted, this stuff. Like for real, like I'm familiar with poverty or I'm familiar with lack, whatever it is you familiar with. You feel comfortable. And the last part was, I was a little tired, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had worked, whatever, got on the freeway early, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I was a little tired, and Didi was like, how you doing? I was like, yo, it's crazy. I was tired till I saw that joker that said Toledo. Bro,
like,
when I saw Toledo, I was like,
I know that.
Yo, I've been on this freeway 23, like it's an hour and 45 from the crib. Then it's Ann Arbor, then it's Brighton, then it's Howe, Williamston, then I'm at the crib, bro. So it's funny that some of us, like literally, you lose just because it's not familiar. Like, yo, I was going the best route. Really, when I think about it, I don't know, Maul, but possibly if I'd have stayed on a major highway at some point, because I left at 5:30, at some point I might have hit morning traffic.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like at some point, I might have hit some traffic. Bro, let me just say, it was no traffic on the Gomer Pyle, on the Andy Griffin boy. It was no traffic whatsoever. School, I guess, is still out. It was no school bus. It was nothing, bro. But I'm telling you, I felt a spirit of anxiety. And there are those of you who are feeling a spirit of anxiety because where you trying to go doesn't look like anything you've ever seen before, and you ready to retreat and go back to familiar. Even though familiar ain't about to get you nowhere, you gonna go back to it just because you feel comfortable. So I'm just gonna say, bro, like, trust the process, keep driving, just keep driving. And literally, when I got home, it was a little under 4 hours. It was 420 extra because I thought I was going the wrong way, but it was like the GPS was like, I got you. So yeah, no, that was it. I just wanted to say that, like, I know how you feel. Like, I could feel that anxiety and that stress. And I kept hearing that voice say, okay, turn around. Go find the freeway. Go find it. It's like, no, E, you don't know where you are. So why are you thinking, like, for real, like, why do we think when we don't know where we are? Like, why are you trying to kind of figure, like, you don't know. So either rely on the GPS, rely on your mentor, rely on your coach, rely on the program you plan.
What's the GPS like equivalent for life, though?
Vision.
I'm saying,
Vision.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Your vision is your GPS.
I'm saying make it practical for the people. Like, okay, what's my GPS? I don't know where I'm going, and I don't got GPS.
Yeah. What he said, whatever the destination is.
I'm saying your vision leads you to where you're going. Most people don't know where they're going because they haven't set in the GPS where they need to go to. Yeah. He had in there the GPS,
no
right?
Question.
So the GPS told him exactly how long it's going to take for you to get there. When you know what your vision is, you know exactly, like, okay, this is what I'm trying to get to. Yeah. If he didn't have that GPS set if he didn't have the destination set in GPS, he would have went to the left. If the first exit, he might have went to the left. He might have veered to the right. But because he knew exactly this is where I'm going, and then so that's the vision. I know where I'm going. This is how long it's going to take me to get there. And sometimes, don't get me wrong, sometimes it might take longer.
Oh, no question, because stuff happens.
Sometimes you can get there quicker, just like happened in this case. But when you don't even set in the GPS, you don't set that vision up, now you just driving, you just joyriding. You don't know how long it's going to take you to get, you don't even know where you're going to. Yeah. And I think that's what people do. They don't identify where they want to go in life. You don't even have a freaking clue, but you know you want to go somewhere.
Right.
I want to get out of here.
Right.
But yet I don't know where I want to go. So now you just literally every single day you just stay in that what's familiar to you and it makes you feel like you're really going somewhere.
Oh no, that's the problem.
So that's motion. You're confusing motion with actual progress, with actually moving towards a certain place. Yeah. You think just because you've been in the car for the last 4 hours that you've accomplished something. Just because you're in the car and moving for the last 4 hours. Just because when we started this trip, the gas tank was full, but now I'm at half a tank. Oh, I'm moving somewhere. Yeah. No, but you're moving where? Yeah. You might be going backwards. Yeah. And I think people do that every single day because they doing what's comfortable, what's familiar to them, bro. And you've seen people do the same thing. That's the killer part. I'm talking about now I'm going to 9 to 5 talk.
Right.
You've been working your job for the last 20 years. You've been hearing other employees in front of you. You working next to people in the squad car. Both of y'all in the squad car complaining every single night. Yeah. You in the car with a person that's a veteran that's been complaining every single night. Yeah. You just starting out and he telling you about the company, how they don't show no love to you, how they don't really like us, how the union sucks, and all of this stuff. You hearing all of this. And yet you still.
Hey, you watch them retire.
You watch them retire and you see them at the retirement party crying. Not because they happy, but they crying because they was getting 100% of their salary and it wasn't enough. And now all of a sudden, so they was complaining. They was complaining with 100%.
Yeah, but I'm saying how much they get now.
Now they about to get 50 to 65%.
Unbelievable.
And so now you really crying because you like, Dad, this is my life. But it's only because you did what's familiar to you and you confused motion with progress and you did not have a clear, defined destination set in your GPS. Bro, the children of Israel, I'm going to say that. The children, bro, how long was they lost in the wilderness?
40 years.
40 years. Now, come on, Pastor. How long was that actual trip?
Well, 40 days.
It's days.
Yeah, 40 days. They're trying 40 days. But I would say this, too. I'd say a GPS is also a guide. You feel me? And I think what we have to be careful of, like, let's just say I get into your program, Make Real Estate Real. I can't add my guide to the guide. You feel me? I think we do
that's
that
my
wrong.
Joint right there. That's what I like to do.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Like, I take half the GPS and I take the other half. I'll be like, Bro, you know how many times I done told the GPS it was wrong? Yeah. I'm like, no, I already know this street right here. And I'm going to be real, it never works out.
No, I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying, every time I think I'm about to outsmart the
Yeah.
GPS, I'm like, bro, why is it telling me, nah, ain't no way.
You know to go that way.
Bro, every time I mess up.
Because it's up there. You know, it has a different
view that you can't see.
It does. And it sees the
now
traffic
hold on.
and
Y'all
all the
going
stuff.
there now. Okay,
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
Let's go.
But I'm just saying, Maul, I think most people aren't successful. Now, listen to what I'm trying to tell you. I think a larger portion of people aren't successful because they bought the plan but didn't stick with the plan. Like, I don't think the majority of us aren't successful because we're not trying. I think there are a gang of people who actually put their destination in the GPS,
I promise you.
but try to help the GPS system. Like, they actually have people who, like, you might tell me to do X, Y, and Z, then my mama call and my sister call, and then my cousin call, and then my next door neighbor call, who has nothing to do with, they ain't got no view of the whole hookup. So I might get in Make Real Estate Real, and then I might be like, I don't know about this part. It's like, yo, there's not like, and I know this is gonna be tough. I was telling somebody the other day, I have my greatest challenge as a pastor. My greatest challenge is with the most educated group. That's my greatest struggle.
Because they know a way to do it.
I don't have no struggle with uneducated people.
Yeah.
I ain't had no homeless struggle.
You think they
when
got
I was
something?
homeless, I never had no problems with the pastor telling me, you need to go get your GED, you need to go to Oakwood, you need to do it. He ain't had no problems out of me. I ain't have nothing. I find that the most educated people are the people who struggle the most because they too smart for their own good.
So they go off of logic as opposed to their logic as opposed to faith.
Your logic and mine.
Yeah.
You got some logic. You didn't set this. You didn't tell me exactly what to do and Make Real Estate Real.
Yeah.
I just took it and added my part to the mix. Like, and I'm thinking to myself, you didn't even have a Make Real Estate Real program. Mm-hmm. Like, how are you adding to something that you don't even know nothing about Make Real Estate Real? This is a person who spent, how many years was it, Ma?
Me?
Yeah.
22 years.
22 years in real estate.
Absolutely.
And actually walked through the process.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying your way is the only way, but I'm saying if I'm going to buy into your way, I can't buy into your way and listen to. So I heard somebody say, getting out of debt isn't earning money. I'm like, yo, I feel you 1,000%. But there's something productive about getting out of debt. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to try to get out of debt, go get out of debt. If you're going to try to earn money, but you can't be in the earn money program and the get out of debt program at the same time. Like, you can't be, so people buying both. People like, all right, I want to learn how to get it, and then I want to, like, bro, it's two different, like, philosophies. It's two different ways to go. So for me, I just want to say to those who are listening, I ain't trying to dog nobody out.
No, you are.
No, I'm not trying to dog nobody. I'm just saying, if you're educated and you know, then why are you seeking help? Like, if you could do it by yourself, go do it by yourself. But don't mix two recipes. Don't mix my grandma recipe with your auntie recipe. Like, don't mix the two. If you want to go with the 7-Up, go with my grandma. If you try to go with the apple upside down, like, don't mix the two. Like, figure out. And so for me, it was scary. I'm not going to lie. There is a part of me that hates not being in control. There was a part of me that was not comfortable for whatever I read or whatever was told to me about that type of neighborhood for 50, 60 miles, bro, I wasn't comfortable. I'm just being real. Didi was like, you need to cut the music on? I was like, I don't need to do nothing. She's like, are you tired? I was like, absolutely not.
And
like,
you know they ain't seen an Escalade.
Bro, my
2023 Escalade.
I took the cap off, got the button up. Bro,
sitting up straight?
Bro, I was sitting up straight, bro. I had my hand, like, bro.
Did you have a Make America Great Again
bro,
bumper sticker?
Everything but that.
Bumper sticker on the back.
Everything but that. I wasn't looking for no attention,
you know
Mark.
yeah.
When I tell you, I saw, like, interstates. Like, I saw interstates as I was driving. Like, this interstate. But my GPS kept saying, stay on 31 for 30. Stay on Detroit Street.
But I see a little. I could just get. I should just get off right here.
Bruh, I knew it. But you know what the cool thing was? I'm not gonna lie and sit here and say I just followed the GPS. There was a part of me that was like, you've done this before and you screwed yourself. Don't be stupid. Don't let your intuition, don't let that voice that's talking to you talk to you no more.
Yeah.
It talked to you before, and it took you 12 years to get a 4-year degree. That voice talked to you before. This ain't the first time. I'm just saying, Ma. I'm just saying for me, there's a voice that be saying, do this, do this, do this, do that.
Yeah.
There's a voice that don't always make the great decisions. But that voice is the loudest voice in my head. Ooh. I'm just being real. My voice ain't make good decisions. Like, my voice ain't good judgment. My voice is feelings.
Yeah.
Get your butt off of this because you know how you feel. But I had to rest my soul and go, bro, you've got me in trouble before. You always with me, but you're not always for me. I'm not listening to you. I'm going with this G.P.S. system. And like I said, I end up, now it's not always the case, but I got here quicker than what it said I would originally get here just by standing on. So do me a favor, just stick with whatever it is. You did make real estate real. You in Game Changers. Don't get in Game Changers and your cousin go, I don't know why they telling you to do that. What do you even know about speaking? Like, you've never done it for a living. You never made no money speaking. And if you're going to listen to your cousin, why didn't you just sign up to Make Cousin Real? Make Cousin Real. Like, you should just got your cousin program.
How long do y'all think, I don't know, but how long y'all think it took to make the G.P.S. system that we have right now? Like, how long do you think?
It's been out.
I mean, it's been in the military before, but I'm just saying, so just start with that.
I actually heard a black woman actually was the one
that's
that
what
made
I heard. But I'm talking about still, though, back in 60s.
But I'm saying, so the military's been had it. So to your point, but make real estate real. Bruh, the amount of time and energy that went into that. You talk about air traffic control now, extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire.
Like, this isn't
satellite.
Watch this, satellite. This isn't no U.S. thing. This is a global positioning system.
In the sky.
In the sky that can see. It's traffic, watch this, it's traffic about to happen there.
Yeah.
It ain't happened yet.
Yeah.
It's construction happening there. It ain't happening. You see what I'm saying?
They know the infrastructure.
All of this, they know the infrastructure, and now it's coming right to you, and all you gotta do is, turn here.
See, that sound like God to me. Ooh.
Yeah.
That sound like God. That's why I love that. I love that faith, bro. That's what that faith is. God's seeing everything. And can see what's in front of you, where you're at, and where you want to go in life. And here it is. You want to tell God what you think you should do.
What you think you should do. I was talking to Kat, and she was like, lean not into your understanding. But she was like, but I have some understanding.
Welcome to my world.
I'm just saying. She said it. She was like, I know what the scriptures say, but she was like, don't I have some understanding? So if I have some, what am I supposed to do with the understanding I have? And I was like, understand and just let him do. Understand, just let him do. Like, I know you looking at, I should probably.
You can have it, just don't lean on it. It just said don't lean. You know what I'm saying? You can have it.
But I'm saying that feeling is, this person called me, that person, this is, I need to.
Yeah.
And God is like, no, because if you do that, satellite, this is what's going to happen, and that's what's going to happen. And what you're trying to make never happen is never going to happen. You feel what I'm saying? So I think, Ma, I don't know how you got to the crazy faith thing. Maybe that's a whole nother podcast.
I just listening to the G.P.S, bro. And then the thing about it is,
how did you do it? Because people not listening.
You might even have, so I'm going to just be transparent. You know, when I first met y'all, my goal was to, right before CJ came at me, my goal was to, I wanted to renovate 1,000 properties, right? That was my thing. I wanted 1,000 properties in a portfolio. That was my big thing. I was just going to chill out. I was retiring from the police anyway.
Yeah.
God had another plan.
Yeah.
He wanted me to renovate something else. And what I'm starting to notice is he wanted me to renovate thousands of people.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but we both still renovating. It's the same process.
Question.
You got to gut out. And so, but it's the same process. It's the same exact process.
Humans got to be gutted out.
You got to gut them out, bro. You got to gut out that mindset of all of the old.
They got to pay now.
Oh, bro.
They got to pay for this spot.
It's the, bro, I'm sitting in the car.
This can't be free.
Bro, I'm sitting here. I'm like, God, why you got me over here speaking and personal development? I said, I want to be a developer. I want to develop properties. I always had a love for turning old things new. Did not have a clue that God was up top in the satellite.
Yeah.
God, son, I taught you how to renovate properties so that you will know exactly how to renovate the mindset of my people.
Feed my sheep.
of how to. And so when I looked at it, bro, and I'm looking at the architect drawings, the first thing that you do when you renovating a property is you create the blueprint. What is this? What do you want the finished product to look like once you do this renovation? What do you do with a person in their life? What do you want? Why are you doing this? What do you want to go in life? What do you want to be in life? Who do you want to be in life? Once you got the blueprints of where you're going or what you want the structure to look like, now you reverse engineer. Now the first thing you do is just rip out everything old. You got to tear it all out.
Is it free to do that?
Is it free to? Demo is the cheapest thing.
But is it free?
It's not free. No,
so
it's
you still got to pay to dig yourself
out. You definitely got to pay. You got dumpster costs. You got demo. People got to knock down the walls. Everything like that. But once you demo it out, now you clean it out. Now it's just a formless structure, and then now you put your vision inside of that. And you continue to build. You put in the plumbing, the electrical, the drywall, the insulation, and things like that.
What's our cash? We got cash out. Secret Success cash.
Bro, in that same kind of way,
I'm need to pay for this right
bro,
here.
I'm over here telling God what I think I should be doing. Man, y'all hear this, bro? But God was like, Jamal, I prepared you for the last 22 years renovating properties. I didn't want you to practice on people. I wanted you, by the time you got the people, I wanted you to be a master at could build it, at construction, at renovating. And then now, I see now, man, when I'm standing here and I'm talking to people and I'm sitting here, and because now people are following the blueprint, you was talking about how you got to your destination 20, 30 minutes quicker. People are buying properties, bruh, 3, 4, 5 properties in a year's time. Where normally they say, I've only bought one property over the last 10 years of my life. Right. So now people are getting, and they're able to accomplish things in their life even faster. So, man, y'all got to listen to this, man. What we talking about? I didn't even know we was about to be talking about this. But by listening and by following blueprints, by listening.
But I got my own blueprint, though, Ma. Why do I need God's blueprint?
Bro, your blueprint, bro, you following your blueprint and the city coming out there putting demo orders on your stuff, and you still following your blueprints. Your blueprint's not working. You ain't licensed. You're not a licensed engineer to be able to create blueprints. So sometimes you got to say, look, I've tried it my way and it hasn't worked. So now let me just try Carl's way. Let me just get with deeper than the brand. Let me just get with ET. Let me get with this.
Stacking.
Yeah, habit stacking.
Hey, I saw somebody
somebody asked for a refund.
Somebody wanted
they want a refund. Oh, yeah.
They want a refund on habit stacking.
Yeah.
It wasn't working.
But try. And literally, but if you're going to do it, then really do it.
But what about my mom? Like, I'm in college, you know what I'm saying? My parents worked hard. They got a blueprint for me, bro. You know what I'm saying? My mom got, like, bro, I'm just being real. My mom was pissed.
Mom Pops definitely had a blueprint for him.
I'm just saying, my mom was upset when I said I'm about to do.
Think about it. He was like, y'all gonna come to the family business.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So what do you do when that's the blue? You know what I'm saying? Like, your parents got a blueprint.
You had a blueprint. I was like kind of laid out. Not that he made you do it, but it was and
to some people prayed for that blueprint that was given to me.
Sure.
Some people sitting there was praying like, hey, God, man, please, I want to be a police officer.
Right.
I think that your vision keeps you disciplined. Yeah. Even though everybody had a blueprint for me, everybody had a blueprint. What was the vision that I had for myself?
So the last time my son Jordan saw me ironing a shirt, he was seriously confused. Y'all know we've been blessed to be able to dress. We dress pretty laid back around here, right? And truthfully, I hardly ever iron anything. So his thought process made a lot of sense. We live in Michigan. It's cold half the year. So he assumed that ironing was just to make your clothes warm. So Mizina, man, you have a special place in my heart. It is your fault. Because of you, my son does not know the purpose of an iron, and he probably won't anytime soon. Mizina men are the inventors of the performance fabric dress shirt. They combine the comfort and flexibility of your favorite athletic wear with the fit and style of a custom dress shirt. Lightweight, breathable, and moisture wicking, Mizina men's clothing will have you looking great. Plus, their dress shirts are machine washable, so you can skip those trips to the dry cleaner. Think of all the time and money you'll save. So sometimes we're too deep. Check this out. Check the story out, guys. On a hot day in Washington, D.C., Mizina Man's founder saw a guy running up a hill in a sweat-soaked, wrinkled dress shirt and thought there had to be a better way. Since then, they've set out to make being comfortable and looking great the new normal. They were the first to use performance fabrics in men's workwear, and 10 years after starting, they're still the best. They may have gotten famous for their dress shirts, but Mizina Men now makes incredibly comfortable flannels, no-tuck shirts, performance polos, chinos, and so much more, all in performance fabrics with modern tailoring. With Mizzen and Main, it's never felt better to look your best. They've got over 30,000 5-star reviews, so you know that they make a great product. This is literally all I've been wearing this summer, guys. To church, to dinner, everywhere. Why wear anything less comfortable? With work from wherever being the new normal, I love that Mizzen and Main fits with whatever your work situation will be in 2022. Mizzen and Main just celebrated their 10th anniversary, so for 10 years, Mizzen and Main has been perfecting what other brands can only copy. For 10 years, they've been providing comfort you can feel with performance you can trust. For 10 years, professional accountants and professional athletes alike have worn their shirts, pants, polos, and pullovers, all while saying that once they tried Mizzen and Main, they couldn't imagine going back to anything else. I'm so thankful that I found Mizzen and Main. It's amazing not to have to go to the dry cleaner or deal with those wrinkles. Mizzen and Main just turned 10, so they've got some great deals running on their site all summer long. Right now, if you go to mizzenandmain.com and use the promo code SUCCESS, you'll receive $25 off any regular price order of $130 or more. That's $25 off when you go to MIZZENANDMAIN, mizzenandmain.com, and use our promo code SUCCESS.
And, so if I'm saying that I want to build this type of structure, if I want my structure to look like this, and you bring me a blueprint of a little 1,000 square foot house, but my blueprint says that I want to build a skyscraper, I can't follow your blueprint because your blueprint is going to give me your structure. Yeah. It's not going to give me the structure that I see for myself, but that's why people are running around just grabbing everybody's blueprints because you haven't sat down and really designed your own. People don't know what they want, bro. I mean, people... If you look at everybody that's sitting up here, we all know what we want. And because we know what we want, we're able to, if we don't have the blueprints for it, I'm able to, I want to speak to these people. I'm able to look, you've done it, E, you got this huge, E's blueprint, E got a freaking, he got the, what is that in Dubai?
You talking about the
Burj Khalifa?
The Burj Khalifa.
I didn't even go how I know it.
He got the Burj Khalifa of speaking blueprints.
Mm-hmm. I just know Emirates first class.
Right. He the number one motivational speaker in the world. He got the blueprint. So why now am I going to go and try to go get me a little architect and draw up my own little structure when this man is the Burj Khalifa? All I got to do is just look at his blueprint. I got to look at his structure. And then see, okay, how did you do it? And just follow that blueprint. But people always try to, I'm going to do it on my own. And that's how they mess up. So I think that's why that exposure.
But you can you can use the blueprint, but don't you feel like you have to put a little bit of your own ethos and energy?
Paul said your
We've seen some people try to mimic the blueprint.
I mean, I'm not going to build the Burj Khalifa.
The person who followed mine, their challenge was they didn't have their own when they got mine. You look at Kobe. Kobe had his own when he studied Jordan. Yeah. So he was able to mimic Jordan. We didn't even know he was mimicking him because he had his own vision of what he wanted to do. So I think it's cool to, borrow, hey, somebody has done X, Y, and Z, but you're not necessarily looking to buy the house and do it just like they doing it. Like you're trying to customize it to your own, whatever. I looked at Martin. I looked at Malcolm. You know what I'm saying? I look at Les Brown, and like, yo, this is a phenomenal. Bro, I said to the Ohio State Buckeyes the other day, I told the football team, I said, look, I showed them all the modern, speakers, like back in the day, the ones, whatever. And I was like, yo, I honor them. And I learned so much from them. But this ain't that. I'm like, this ain't that. This ain't, look at those guys, they phenomenal. But this ain't that. And they all had on the shirt and the tie, like in their prime. They all had the shirt and the tie the whole night. I'm like, yo, bro, this urban, like, so I did borrow from the greats, or I wouldn't be where I am. They paved that way. The Les Browns, the Tony Robbins, the Zig Ziglars, all of them, they paved the way. Jim Rohn, you know what I'm saying? Nightingale. But what I am is totally different from what because I knew I knew how I wanted to do it. So I think, the G.P.S. is not about you mimicking something, but the G.P.S. is about using that framework to get you to where you're trying to get to. But again, like I said, I just know, man, the 90% of the people that we deal with are not bums. They're not people who not trying to do nothing with their life. They're not trying to, mooch off of people. They stuck. Like they're literally trying to get somewhere and they stuck. And as I was driving, I was like, yo, I feel your anxiety. Like, I get it. You like, I invested this money, and I'm like, yo, don't do that. Like, stick with the plan, rock with it. Go with the plan. I'm telling you, if you go with it, you're gonna wake up one day and be so grateful. As confused as I was, I eventually saw 23, bruh. And I saw 96, bruh. And those are home for me. 75 ain't really, like, I ain't in the D no more. So 75 ain't really and then I ain't gonna lie, when I was coming up in Detroit, 75 is the east side. I was 10. So I ain't even really was on the 75 anyway like that. I was on the 10. And what is it, 33? What's Southfield? I said, we don't even know that.
The young cats don't know that.
You know the 10, though, right?
G.P.S. his whole life.
You know the 10, right? So the 10 is what we was on, the line. So for me, 23, that's like, whew, all right, that's 23. Like, I'm close to how? You know what I'm saying? Like, bright. You know what I'm saying? So as I got closer, I felt comfortable. But just being real, and I just want to encourage y'all, look, life is too short for you not to get to your destination. It's just too short, bro. It's too short to be traveling your whole life. Like, at some point, like you said, you just can't be driving. At some point, you have to get to wherever get to is. And again, a lot of people may not understand it, but I'm going to tell you this. Man, there's no disrespect, but a lot of people that I grew up with, that I love, that are close to me, I don't understand. But when they needed something, they come to the person that, I don't understand why you're doing this. I don't understand why you're doing it. Okay, but when your car broke, now you understand, because I got to my destination. So I have an abundance because I got. So my thing is, don't be working your whole life. Don't be, trying your whole life and not actually get to where you're trying to get to. So that was a great point. The GPS is not about driving and following and traveling. It really is about, there's an end goal, and we have to do whatever it takes, man, to get to that end goal.
And it's no excuse. Like, you was just talking to Darren, you was like the young guys. And when you said that, I was like, wow. I said, yeah, it's no, bro, y'all remember everybody here is 40 plus, except this young guy over here, in a couple months. Okay. But do you remember?
I'm enjoying these things.
I'm gonna talk to right now. I'm gonna talk to the real old people.
Talk to the elderly,
bro. Do y'all remember like back in the day?
Skin glowing.
Back in the day when you took road trips.
Oh, bro.
Do you remember? It was a common thing to go to the gas station to get directions.
No question.
Y'all ain't got an electric car? We got tests over here.
Back in the day,
he talking about my auntie station wagon.
Yeah, there was no car that drives itself. No. There was no GPS.
Bro, you had to
pull out the map. You used to have to pull out the map, bro. And then once you did, what was it, bro? And then what was it? Everything odd is down. And everything, everything even is north.
Oh yeah, I promise.
It's like east, west, north, south. Even is one way, odd is the other way.
It was like you literally, it was a known thing to stop at a gas station. It was always that one person. Now what you want to do is, you want to go down yonder,
the yellow house,
and then once you see the goats outside, you want to go turn left.
That's where he was lost at earlier.
All the way,
bro.
The goats, like whoa.
And in that same kind of way, if you think about how the schooling system was, or how just getting information was, how hard it was back in the day. Bro. You had reasons why you only worked a 9 to 5, because that's all you knew.
All you knew.
But now, you younger people have no excuse why you're getting lost on the road driving, because you got GPS and the cars drive themselves. And now also, you have no reasons why you shouldn't be successful with all these doggone courses out here.
We on Instagram.
With all of the information.
It's a lot of information on Instagram.
All the information and the exposure that's out here nowadays, bro, that wasn't around back in the day, man. There's no excuse.
Maybe it's more distractions, too.
I was just going to go. TikTok is educating you, too.
But distractions is like a self-inflicted wound, bro. That's something that you allow to happen to you. I'm talking information, bro. You can't compare information and distractions. Distractions is something that you choose to. Distractions is self-inflicted. It's like what you choose to allow to stop you from progressing.
I'd say it takes more energy, Maul, to go after the information that I want than the distraction. The distraction seems to find you.
They seem to have come with. The distractions have seemed to come. They were born with me. If that makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a built-in. Like to be distracted is almost like a built-in. It takes energy, more energy to avoid the distraction, I think, than to go after. You see what I'm saying?
Of course, not now, but at some point in my life, definitely the distractions, bruh. The distractions was right there. Absolutely, 1,000%. I'm disciplined now, but information still, as close as Maul was, it still took me a minute to get to, I need to do this real estate thing. God has blessed me with this guy. I need to take advantage of it. But to your point, Maul, it was nothing that I was ever taught. So it was foreign to me. And sometimes when it's not familiar, we just don't embrace it the same way we do when it's something that's familiar. I don't know. Anyway, let's go back to the topic.
40 minutes later.
40 minutes. Yo said 35. Yo said we still got, give them this part for free. We still got another half. They can pay for the second half.
I mean, there was something in there that I want to go back to. You talked about like feeling that anxiety and feeling down and still working through that. And I think that's where most people, like, the crazy thing is, like, most people, and I'm guilty of it too. Most people, like, in our comfort zone and the things that we like, you can operate sweet. Like, we had a call this morning. Like, I'm going to just be real, bro. Like, I'm good at what I do. I enjoy what I do. But there are elements to it that I don't like. Like, we on a call today. I don't like talking about insurance, taxes, structure. Like, bro, it just make my skin crawl. Like, I'm just being real. And I feel anxiety when I start dealing with that kind of stuff. But how important is that to what we do? It may be more important than the other stuff.
It is.
But because I feel anxiety, sometimes
you're going to lose 40% of your money.
You know what I'm saying? Right. No, I'm saying you not, like, you dead serious. And so what happens is, again, you said it, but I want to walk people through how to stay in it when you start to feel that anxiety. Like, we have, what's it called, Carl, when you have a reflex that protects you, like your own, like, protection system. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. He always talks about it with the brain, the way the brain is designed.
Self-preservation mechanism kind of thing.
Right? Exactly. Self-preservation. So, like, if you go out and you feel something wrong, what you do? You leave, right? You go, anybody like me back in the day, you go to the club, you could feel that air of like, uh-oh.
Something about to happen.
Yeah, I feel like a couple dudes just said something, somebody just, and you like,
that's
I'm out of here.
At conferences.
That's how
you're like, oh, I feel like
yeah, 100%. So your natural tendency is to withdraw, right? Like, in most, instances, right? I think, Carl, we were given that maybe early on, especially as a self-preservation mechanism to keep ourselves safe. And in a lot of instances, you would have to use that, right? Like, I feel scared, like something about to happen, I'm out. I start feeling anxiety. You have anxiety for a reason.
No
anxiety ain't a bad thing.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it happens for a reason. You can start getting anxiety. You start looking like, oh, okay, hold on. You might have saved yourself. Like, man, they got the shooting back there. I was out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, your anxiety actually saved you in that moment. How do you separate or trick your brain into saying, even though I feel that feeling that's telling me to run and leave, like that natural, I didn't ask for that, right? Like, I'm just letting you know, like, my natural inclination when I start feeling that anxiety go up is to withdraw, yet you're telling me when it goes up, stay in it.
Absolutely.
And I think we breeze past that, but I think that is something that most people cannot do. So if Maul tells me, yes, you need to be in real estate, right? Like, I still remember him saying, you need to do this, you need to do that. And then it was time to write a $100,000 check. And I was like, I was shaking. And my natural inclination, because I had never done it before, was to be like, you know what? I just got this 100. I'm going to just go ahead like next year, right? Even though I knew everything, I knew that that's what I was supposed to do. I still start feeling that anxiety because it was my first time doing it. And my natural brain was just telling me like, yo, preserve. And so how do you unwire that in certain situations, or do you unwire that in certain situations where you say, okay, I'm off in Hickville somewhere, sorry, that's probably not the proper term, but I'm off in this strange place, let me get back to what I know. No, let me sit in it. How do you distinguish between those voices of letting you know whether it's a good time to run or you need to stay in it?
I'm appreciative that you're going here, and I do want people to know that if you are feeling that, you're not weird. You know, are you in the best place you could possibly be? Probably not. But acknowledging that you do have anxiety and you stress about stuff, because I think one of the things that we have to be careful, I have to be careful of, is that I teach people to run through it. And I'm not teaching you to run through it because I'm saying you weak or, whatever, but I teach you to run through it because it's like, yo, there's certain things in life you can't control, and you got to learn that you got to get on the other side of it, right? So I do applaud those of you, who have anxiety and have stress, and you know you have it, right? That's a big thing. But we need to talk about is not how you feel, it's where you headed, right? That's the most important thing. It's not, oh, how do I feel or how does this make me feel? That's a feeling. As you grow and mature and become an adult, you have to focus on the, whatever. So I recently had a conversation with my son, and I realized, like, yo, bruh, I know what you was trying to do, but there were times when you would talk to him and you were speaking the fear, but yet you wanted him to get to a destination. But you was making the focus the fear. Mm-hmm. So it's like, yo, you ain't got to do that. Like, yeah. So we had a conversation. I was like, yo, bruh, let me say this to you. You did one thing wrong, but to be honest, you did 3 things right. And those 3 things you did right, bruh, we got to give you some credit for that. I ain't always been that dude. I ain't always giving you credit for the stuff you did right. I'm just going straight for the, do you understand? This coulda. It's like, no, you did that right, you did that right, you did that right. So here's what we do. You beat Green Bay, you beat Chicago, you beat the Vikings, you lost to the Lions. We need to need to work on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to work on that. We need to get back and we need to fix that. So I'm saying, to Maul's point earlier, what's the destination? So here's what we need to do. We need to deal with the fear and we need to deal with the facts. And we need to get out our feelings, right? So are you feeling the way? I don't care how you feel. You can't stay in your feelings forever. I don't care if it's a good feeling. I don't care if it's a bad feeling. Mm-hmm. Feelings were not meant to live in. Yeah. They weren't meant to live in. So you can't live in your feelings. So what you have to say is, I feel something, my spidey senses. Okay, is your spidey senses telling you to retreat, or is your spidey senses telling you to move forward? You saying they're telling you to retreat. I don't know if that's right. I just know your spidey senses is telling you something needs to happen here. Like, you don't need to stay where you are. You need to do something. So it's like, all right, when they told me to go get the master's, bro, they sat down and told me it's reading and writing, period. It's no A, B, C, D. It's no Scantron, bro. You have to write. Like, you got to read. You got to comprehend. You're going to be reading a lot of books. I was afraid. But that fear wasn't saying don't go to the masters. Yeah. That fear was saying something has to change. Like, you're not about to go to where you say you want to go. Be a better, at the time, I want to try to be number one. I ain't met C, and he ain't told me to, he gonna make me a household name. But something said, that Huntsville is a glass ceiling. You cannot grow here. You cannot develop here and get better. So you got to go get your master's degree. Yes, it's going to embarrass you. Yes, it's going to be the hardest thing you ever did. Yes, you're going to have to sacrifice your friendships. No, you're not going to be able to watch the game. You feel me? That was probably the only cool thing that was reasonable. It's like, they about to lose anyway, so it's not like you about to lose. No, like, you're not going to miss out on them going to the Super Bowl while you're working on your master's degree. That was the only thing that was sound. But I literally had to tell myself, you have to go get this master's, even though everything is telling you you're going to be more vulnerable and look stupid and dumb. Like, you're literally going to be at your worst point ever academically. You in a predominantly white institution. Mm-hmm. Like, it ain't going down like that. But my feelings told me you need to do something. My reasoning told me your life is not going to be no better without this master's degree. Whatever you do, if you fail, you have to pursue it. And so why? Because if I'm trying to take my family to the next level financially, if the destination I put in that G.P.S, I'm trying to make my marriage better, I'm trying to make my kids, I'm trying to put them in a better spot, I cannot do this from Oakwood. Nothing wrong with Oakwood, but it's only 4-year degrees. Yeah. I have to go to some place that's a university that's gonna put me in a better space. So I just say, see, nothing wrong with the anxiety, but you're in your feelings, cool. We gotta come out of our feelings. Should I retreat? No, I should not spend this money. This is not good judgment. It's not wise. It's not sound. It's not taking me where I'm supposed to go. Or yes, this is good judgment. You just scared. Get over your fear and clean the good judgment.
What's that governor, though?
I was just going to ask right that. How do you define that?
Saying most people can't do it themselves, though, E. Like, I can't do it myself to say, all right, cool, I'm supposed to spend this money on this investment and do this. Well,
that's why I said earlier, I said G.P.S is a coach. G.P.S is a mentor. Like, a G.P.S is literally guiding you. Like, a G.P.S ain't, there go your destination, it's going to take you 4 hours to get there, now go. The G.P.S is literally step by step. it is turned right here for 1.5 here. So
there's an accident ahead. Would you like to take a different route?
I came to Michigan State. Murray, Rodney was my guide. Rodney was walking me through. This is why this makes sense. I'm like, Rodney, I'm leaving the house in Huntsville to come to an apartment. He was like, no, this makes sense. Because right now you're only making this much money. You get a master's degree as a speaker, it's about to take you to a whole nother level, bro.
Right.
So without a master's, he said, I'm not trying to disrespect Oakwood, but I'm just not 100% sure when you put that on your resume, I'm not 100% sure how many people are going to be familiar with that. He told me, you put Michigan State on that joker. In my mind, I'm thinking, Michigan State basketball. I'm like, oh, they going to know who Michigan State is, basketball team. Now, at that time, football team hadn't traditionally done anything. But, like, anything happened with Michigan State, road to the Final Four, it's going, you feel what I'm saying? So he was walking me through it. Imagine how much money you'll make he said, now watch this. Imagine now you're a speaker with a master's, now you can teach courses at a major university. So now you can get a check. He walking me through it. Then Dr. June comes in. Imagine if you get a PhD. So you're going to take these classes. Now I had an academic advisor. Rodney looking at it. Yep, that's good. Then I get Demetrius Marlowe, who like, I'm going to help you to write. Then I get Pedro Dagbovie, Dr. Dagbovie, who like, yo, I'm going to walk you through this process. So now I got eight G.P.S. systems, bro.
Good.
I got Marlowe.
And you gather them along the way by going.
Absolutely. And they all telling me what to do.
All still taking you to your direction, to your vision.
Now Dr. June get involved. The godfather of African-American MSU for whatever, however many years. You feel me? Now I got the godfather I'm sitting
Did you see
with.
on that process while you were going and getting different G.P.S. systems, so to say, did the anxiety like kind of dwindle away as you were moving along with that guidance?
After the Masters.
After the Masters.
Yeah, the Masters was still like, I don't belong here.
Yeah.
Like
even with the guidance?
I don't belong here. With the guidance, I don't belong here.
Oh, he had a little mini stroke.
Yeah. I don't belong here.
He was in
Yeah.
They told he had to write a paper. That boy.
No, that's not the truth. I had wrote a 40-page paper, and he told me you either take this grade or you do it over again.
Do it over again.
So there was some anxiety because
That boy, he was like, what?
Yeah, there was some,
dead.
there was
He
some
just played
anxiety,
dead.
Paul. Because look, think about it. You get in the car, you put the GPS system in.
Yeah.
That joker tell you you got 2,000 miles, bro. That's overwhelming, bro.
is.
After you got to where you thought you was
I
there.
thought I was there, bro.
Yeah.
And they was like, no,
I got a 4-year
another
degree.
2,000.
I got a 4-year degree, Mom.
Yeah.
Wasn't nobody in my family like, my grandma had 14 kids. I can count on my hand at that time. I think maybe 1 or 2 may have been in college and graduated. So when I graduated my 4-year degree, 12 years later, it was probably still only 2 out of all my grandmother's children that none of my aunts, uncles ever went to college. So to C's point, when I got my 4-year degree, I'm like, bro,
I'm here.
I'm here. Ain't nobody here. My mama ain't got a 4-year degree. My father don't have, like, bro, I'm here. I made it. And then it was like, about that.
Yep.
And then, bro, listen to me, bro. It's one thing if you're not I don't care how deep you think you are. It's one thing if you're not like sound academically and you get with a C student who helping you. Bro, I was with Dr. Dagbovie, bro.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Dagbovie, bro, is like at Michigan State now, dean of whatever college. I was with Demetrius Marlowe. Hey, bro, Marlowe is his father sent him to writing schools when he was young. I'm with Dr. June, bro. So think about being a good student and being among the great.
Yeah.
Think about being average at best and you sitting here with the greats. It was overwhelming, bro. Like, they would show me how to write, and I'm like, bruh, this is a language. This is like learning a foreign language. Like, these boys is like, and again, they not me, so they weren't like, you know how you have some people like started where I started and then got there? They started there.
Yeah.
So they don't even know how to talk to me. Like, it's like Tom Brady talking to the Lions.
Right.
Like, it's like, bro,
different language.
What do I tell y'all?
I thought he was
like,
going to say at least high school.
I'm
He
just
said
saying,
Lions.
I'm saying the Lions, okay? How do you communicate? You done went to 9 and you were the franchise that ain't been since the 50s. Like, it's just a different mindset. The culture is different. So now I'm with dudes who are a beast, confident. that God has brought me the right people and he brought me the right system, but inferior. Still feeling it's insufficient with, bro, we got a long way to go. And you talking about no TV, no friendships, no nothing. You talking about putting your head down and trying to get from average to good just to understand what they're saying. And then, I'm not going to lie to you. By the time I got to the PhD, I was like, everybody's like, why were you so confident? I'm like, it's the same teachers.
Yeah.
Like, they just teach at 800 level versus 400. But I'm just saying, it's the same instructor.
And it was 14 of us working on it.
Right. Well, he always say that.
Right.
I had 120 classes. He didn't go to one class. He helped me with the dissertation process.
I'm with you, see.
No research.
The class was the easy part. The class is the
What
easy
was
part.
y'all doing in class?
Bruh, see, I'm going to go back and show him which chapters of the 20 chapters I worked on, which one of those.
I said at 14, I did one. You did two, everybody else did one.
This joking here, boy.
He jumping in.
He finished what you're saying, man. He's still here.
No, but I'm just saying to CJ's point, I was.
It takes a village, bro. Don't be
no,
ashamed of that. Don't ever be ashamed of that.
I named the village.
But he let
the village jumped in.
But the village, the village
CJ was waiting on you. You said Dr. June. You said Rodney.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, right over me and Carl.
I'm just saying, Carl. Dr. June never got on the radio and said he never got on the radio and talked about it. He knew he helped.
Oh, I thought we was being transparent.
But let me get CJ a little. Let me get CJ. I'm since CJ need his little. Let me go ahead and give him a little.
I've never seen nobody that need their credit more than. I've never seen nobody.
Somebody give him a
I'm just
little.
saying, he dogging you out.
I know he dogging me, but I'm about to go ahead and give him a little credit. Come on, please, come on.
A special shout out to Indeed for sponsoring this episode of the Secrets to Success podcast. When you're looking to improve, look for improvements that build on themselves, like hiring for your business. You get better at hiring, you hire great people faster, your business grows, and you get to keep on hiring. So how do you get better at hiring? You need Indeed. It is the hiring platform where you can attract, interview, and hire all in one place. Instead of spending hours on multiple job sites searching for candidates with the right skills, Indeed's a powerful hiring partner that can help you do it all. Find great talent faster through time-saving tools like Indeed Instant Match, assessments, and virtual interviews. With Instant Match, over 80% of employers get quality candidates whose resume on Indeed matches their job description the moment they sponsor a job, according to Indeed Data US. So here's the thing for me that makes Indeed stand out above any other hiring platform. Indeed helps star applicants to shine with over 135 assessment tests, from cooking to coding and everything in between. Indeed assessments help take the stress out of the interview process. Your candidates get to prove themselves before the interview, and you can just dive into the deeper stuff, talking about what's important to you in that interview. With Indeed assessments, you can select for the skills that matter to you the most. Add from a selection of over 100 hard and soft skills tests to your job post and hone in on the candidates with the right skills faster. Indeed assessments can even give you a window into how your candidates will be on the job. On average, applicants who scored highly proficient or higher on the reliability assessment were nearly 8 times more likely to consistently attend work, according to US Indeed data. Join more than 3 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. And right now, Indeed is doing something no other job site has done. Now with Indeed, businesses only pay for quality applications that match the sponsored job description. So visit Indeed.com/success to start hiring now. Again, Indeed.com/success. Indeed.com/success. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
52 minutes.
You're talking about that anxiety, and I think people need to ask themselves, like, why do you feel anxiety?
Oh, because I wasn't prepared.
Because here it is. Yeah. When C had me get on the stage, talk about you.
Keys
talk about what
kingdom.
You did. Talk about your life. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Man, when I got on stage in front of people, and I'm talking about this back early on when we was doing Take Control. It might be about 300 people out there.
Control.
And I'm talking about my heart started racing. I wasn't even this nervous when I got shot at. Yeah. I was like chasing a criminal with a gun. I didn't feel no anxiety.
Right.
But now I'm standing on stage talking about my life and what I've accomplished over the last 18 years.
Right.
Why do I feel anxiety? What is it about it? And it wasn't until C, and I give you this, it wasn't until C when he was like, bruh, you feeling that way because you making this about you.
Oh, I was.
That was and that's my point. A lot of y'all out here listening to us, you're feeling anxiety with whatever it is. You got your blessing on the other side.
Yeah. On that side.
On that side, but you're making it about you and not what the destination, what your life is going to look like, what your children's life is going to look like. Yeah. The person that you're helping, what's their life going to look like? It wasn't was like, man, look out in the audience. And I was looking, and he was like, bro, you see that dude right there? You see this lady right there? Bro, they literally paid money to come. Dog, they get it last. See, broke it down, dog. I'm telling you, dog, I have never felt anxiety again and spoken in front of thousands of people. Because I still use that to this day. He was like, you see that guy there? You see that woman? They spent their last, bruh. They didn't even have much. They like my parent, like his parent, they're blue collar, where they got money, but they don't have it to spend on this. They spent their last, and they came here to hear something from you that might change their life. And you sitting over here nervous, bro, making it about you.
Well, I didn't get that speech on the way to Australia.
I was too busy writing your dissertation.
I didn't get that speech.
You making this speech about you. You making this paper about you.
He's making it about him. Yeah, I didn't get that.
Hey, I was working on the
making it about him on the way to Australia. He was making it about him. He didn't give me none of that encouragement. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get none of that encouragement. I swear, I felt as dumb when we landed as I did when we got back.
I was too busy working on the PhD,
you know
bro.
What I'm saying?
I ain't had no extra.
Saying, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't no overflow.
And you was next to him for 24 hours.
Bro, I done stroked out and he ain't said nothing. He laughing about the stroke out. He didn't say nothing about, you gonna be all right, bro. He just watching me stroke out. You good? No, I'm not. I'm stressed to blank out.
So tangible though, Maul, E, from what I'm hearing y'all say, tangible is no. I'm encouraging people to take the first small step.
Yeah.
And what's that, Carl?
The first small step is take the risk, whatever the risk is in front of you. The first program I did, you remember, I did one of the debt reduction programs. It was $5,000. What you just said, I ain't have $5,000. But I took that step and I did it because, man, I'm telling you, I knew I needed something different. Yeah. And it wasn't comfortable. I put the $5,000 on a credit card. I didn't have the money. It wasn't comfortable, but I knew
that wasn't
I
part of the debt reduction program.
No, that don't sound
use
like
your credit card.
Don't sound like it.
but watch this, Maul. No, you good. To your point,
he was trying to make money.
I had to put down $19,000 for my first property. Yeah. It was a half step easier to put it down because I had already gone through something. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to encourage people. Watch this. I'm not even doing the debt whatever reduction thing lasted maybe about 3 months legitimately following the system. I was like, this. I didn't know what I needed, but I was like, this is not it. I need something more. But I'm just challenging you. Don't be scared to take the risk and learn.
Well, and to that point, E, when you got ready to do the, masters or whatever, you didn't sit down and say, okay, I got Dr. June, Dr. Dagbo, like those things started and began to avail themselves as you progressed down the path. Yeah. You didn't know Dr. June, the second you was about to do the masters, he was like, I'm gonna mentor you through the whole thing. And I think that's what we want before we make the move. Is like, oh, Maul, can you hold my hand? Can I sit right next to you the whole time? And it's like, nah, you gotta take like we always talk about, bro. You sitting on the side of the road like this, you look crazy, and everybody like, I'm not fooling with my man putting his thumb up in the air. He could be a serial killer, but just same exact dude pushing the car. You might jump out and be like, let me just go ahead and it's like, dog, you got to start pushing your own car for people to come. And like I told y'all before, it's the craziest thing, bro. It's this damsel in distress thing that people are doing now that's killing me. I told y'all about my kids. Dad, the TV's broke. I can't. I'm on a conference call. I came out there. What's wrong with the TV? It's not plugged in. I said, son, did you immediately hit the remote and didn't come on and you ran in there and cried wolf immediately. And I'm like, bruh, how many grown people are doing that right now? Like, bruh, you haven't even tried. You have not put the effort forward because you're nervous, you scared, you did it, it didn't work, it's over, and you turn into this damsel in distress, and it's like, no, do as much as you can possibly do. I tell people all the time, CJ, can you help me with my speaking? What have you done so far?
Right.
Oh, nothing. I'm not the nothing coach. Like, no, you come to me when it's already, like, you need to build something first. I don't do the nothing. Like, I'm just going, you ain't So you ain't even tried to put a keynote together. Right. You haven't even attempted to speak. You haven't gone up to an elementary school, a middle school. You just want me to start like, and that's what we got to stop doing that, man. E said it. Get the directions in the GPS and begin to go the direction that you're supposed to go. And then when you are truly stuck or when you feel that anxiety coming on, keep going. And then the resources begin to avail themselves.
They will, yeah. And not only the resources, to your point, though, you do get a little bit more confident. Can I say this to y'all? Like, I'm being real. I am a much better student today than I was when I was actually in school. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I need y'all to understand that. It's like stuff that Dak Bovey was showing me that I didn't know, that I know now. Okay. You feel me? Like, I just want y'all to hear what I'm saying. I put my stuff in the GPS. I did not know everywhere I was going. But you know what's crazy? As I started driving, I was familiar with some of the stuff. Like, I got to a point where I was like, oh, this is Cincinnati, Ohio. Oh, I know Ohio when I was in college. We rode through Ohio. Oh, okay, this is, like, I don't necessarily be in and out of Columbus. Yeah. But I'm like, yo, I seen the 71, the 75. Oh, I know the 23. Oh, the 23 will take you to, oh, I got that. Oh, I know the 14. Like, oh, I got that. And so, no, in the beginning, I didn't know what was going on, and there was a lot of fear because of the unknown. But sooner or later, when you travel down the road less traveled, the less travel becomes familiar. And now, what I once prayed to make, I'm now writing people checks for that. You know, what once was like, college tuition costs what? How much? Now I'm paying for kids to go to school.
Other people's kids.
I'm like, I'm sorry, right. Other people's kids to go to school.
Yeah.
Like, once for me, it was scary. How I'm going to come up with the money to pay for college? Now I'm like, how much you need? 50 grand for finishing senior year.
So the anxiety left.
It's gone. The anxiety is gone. It now is common. It's like, what's the opposite? Like you said, see, what's the opposite of anxiety? Like faith or comfort?
Confidence.
Or confidence is out. Nah, bruh, I'm super confident that I'm going to make millions every year. I'm actually not speaking in millions no more. I'm actually talking about billions now. You know, when C was like, hey, E, I'm going to make you, I'm like, oh, okay. Cool. Like, when he first said it, I was like, oh, $1 billion? Oh, okay, whatever. Like, good for you. Go for it. Now I'm like Moose. They gonna be doing this over here. We need to be doing this on this. Okay. Now I'm hitting Dave up like, oh, no. I'm not like, yo, let's talk. You feel? Because I'm gonna make $1 billion. We can't do that if I'm gonna make $1 billion. Like, that can't happen. Now we got
new GPS.
I'm just saying, a new GPS. A new GPS, bro.
Yeah, different level.
And so now I'm having conversations I wouldn't have before, because before I ain't know where I wanted to go. I just wanted to go ministry. Yeah. Like, just before, I just want to go to heaven. Yeah. And put all my stuff in heaven. Now I'm like, oh, God, I get it on earth. As it is in heaven. Come on, I got you. Come on. I don't get to just chill on earth and just wait and go to heaven. Yeah. I got some, I'm trying to not take I'm good on the quiz. I'm good on the homework. I'm good on, he like, you can't take the exam if you're not coming to class, not taking the test. Like, bro, listen to me very closely. I don't care how good of a test taker you are. You cannot miss class. I don't care how good you think you are, smart you think you are. You can't not come to class and still just come up. You can't just be like, I'll be there on test day. Ain't no teacher gonna let you come for test day. Right. Like, you literally have to show up. What do you miss? You get to miss, was it 3 classes? About 3 classes? You can't miss 6 classes. Apparently you're not interested. So I just want to say, y'all, for real, the stuff I used to be worried about, I'm not worried about. And today, the stuff I should be worried about, because I went through what I was worried about, I ain't worried about that stuff no more.
And I think the quote, and we can leave it with this, and I think it's, man, and help me, Carl, you probably know it better than me, but it's, courage is not the absence of fear. It's having the fear and doing it anyway.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's good.
And that's like, yo, you need to hear that everybody on this stage and the people you look at, it's not that we don't have those fears. It's that we do it anyway. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like so many things that I could say, like, yo, I was not comfortable with this. We did it anyway. Doggone it. We quit our jobs to do YouTube. Like, 6 months after YouTube came out.
Uncomfortable.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying it was uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
Bro, it was fearful.
Diddy was uncomfortable.
I'm saying everybody was fearful. But that same anxiety that you feel, that same feeling of waking up early and you can't sleep and you going to bed at night wondering if this gonna really work. Like, we had all of that and still have all of that, but we do it any doggone way. So if you out there listening, man, you going through it, you like, oh man, you got all these things in your mind and your mind's playing tricks on you, man. Just do it anyway. All right. Shout out to Organifi, the superfood green juice powder, keeping this podcast powered up throughout the day. Go to Organifi.com. Use the promo code SUCCESS. Also, man, go to MakeRealEstateReal.com. What we got going on with Make Real Estate Real?
Man, Make Real Estate Real, bro. I'm getting people. I mean, now all of those seeds that we planted, the seeds we planted back in when we first created this, I remember sitting there in Carl's office and I was just all over the place. I was like, man, then the property, and they get this and they do this. Carl like, hey, let's break this thing down. Carl had a big old whiteboard and he had this thing broken down like the high C he is. And when we put this together, that was and sitting there doing the videos with you when you on the other side of the camera looking at me like, when I was with Carl and I got in front of that camera eating.
Anxiety.
I had anxiety. I didn't even know. Carl said, what is the responsibility of a real estate broker? And I was sitting there looking at the camera like this. And I was like, real estate broker.
Was like, I don't need none of this, bro. I got real estate. I was done. Remember that? He was like, he got on the phone. He was like, I apologize, Ma. He's like, I apologize. He's like, I didn't tell you.
Doing TNT. Oh man, don't call me back.
That boy,
bro.
He told me to come do it.
I'm over here.
If it's supposed to sound like that, come on in here and do it.
I'm over here. I was like, look, man, y'all could take this little course, this little speaking thing you got going up. I'm going back to real estate, about to make me a couple $100 million and be gone.
Yeah.
And then that's when C was like, you know what? He's like, man, send everybody home. He said, pack up, send everybody home. I'm about to come to Chicago. And he was like, Ma, I got to show you how to. He's like, I apologize, bro. They just threw me out there to the water, to the sharks.
You see these dudes, and I wish Toby was up here too. You can see these big old. I'm like they blanket. You know how like what was it? Charlie Brown, my man, had to walk around with the blanket.
No question.
It's like I don't know what it is. It just make you feel comfortable.
Well, the thing is, I'm just used to like. I'm not used to the cameras and all that. I'm just used to talking. So now C got on the other side of the camera, dog. He's like, man, don't even look at the camera. He's like, just talk. And then he was like, Ma, so man, what you do? And he was talking my language. And I got to going. Next thing you know, bro, we had enough content to create on one take to create Make Real Estate Real. Carl did what he did and dissected. All of those was planting seeds, though. So that all of that, I still remember being with you, talking to you. I still remember the commercials we were putting together. Those were planting seeds. But now, sometimes the planting seed part is not the best part, right? It's the harvest. It's now we're able, and it's overflowing to see people, man, just like, like, bro, this has changed our family's life. We're now able to do this, to hear now. I'm hearing all of the hundreds to thousands of results of what was all planted, man. So it's just been a wonderful thing just to see the results of it. And at the same time, now seeing more seeds being planted for new harvest.
Lives being changed, no question.
Carl,
so Make Real Estate Real, y'all.
What we got?
Man, we are about to do another free 3-day webinar. Free.
Oh, habit stacking too.
Free.
$3.99.
Free 99.
Somebody about to give it back.
Free 99. Like,
give it back.
Bruh, I can't. Whoever you wrong. Whoever asked for the refund on the habit stacking, it was $1.99. You know you wrong.
Hey, man, go to the website below, man. For real. We're trying to really educate people. Like that's at the end again, that's what we talk about. We're trying to give you the blueprint. Now, I'll be honest with y'all. We're going to offer you something after to help you get through it. But even if you don't take that, you can't say that the information not there. That's what we're committing to, man. So make sure y'all check it out. The 6th, 7th, and 8th are the dates.
Beautiful.
So make sure y'all check that out.
Beautiful. E, we only a couple weeks out from the biggest
Put
book
this on
release.
the front. Listen to it. Bump the book. 120series.com. Listen to me.
Do we got any tickets left?
All the nosebleeds are gone. Only the Jamal tickets are left.
Only the Jamal
Only
tickets
the seats
are
that
left.
Maul used to buy. Only the ones that Maul used to buy that allow him to get on the stage.
We still got some of those left?
Yeah, a couple of those left. I'm talking about the ones that Maul bought. Those are the only ones available.
VIP'd out.
The ones that Maul bought.
Usually them go first.
No, this one.
You put a platinum.
Because I'm just like, you're not gonna get next to Maul for the nosebleed. You're not gonna be in here for $3.99.
That's okay, but work your way up. If you're in the nosebleed, don't worry about it. Work your way up.
Well, ain't no more nosebleeds left. We gave.
I'm still encouraging the people who in the nosebleeds.
Okay, well, we might not even have no nosebleed prices next year. I don't even know if I'm doing that no more. But get the Maul seats, the one that let Maul get all the way up front row. Not associate with us, but get a relationship with us. Get on the podcast. I don't know how that happened. On the podcast. He invested. He made it happen. And then now he on the road speaking. Now I got...
Most likely that is not going to happen for you. I have to put that disclaimer out there.
I don't know. It wasn't going to happen to Maul. It wasn't for Maul. I just want to encourage you.
If lightning strike twice in the same spot.
I want to say because he's saying that, but he ain't planning on Maul being there. So you got some hope.
That's facts.
There's some kind of hope.
No, but I'm saying, but here, even more so, and I'm teasing, but come with the intentions of learning how to build your own table.
That's what I just said. Do what Maul did. Get the tickets, Maul.
Yeah.
When you pay that kind of money, you ain't coming to be playing no games.
Yeah.
And so get the one that allow Maul not to associate with us, but build a relationship.
What is that? See, what was that? I just saw. It was on whose page was that on? I just showed you. It was something with you speaking on stage. I don't know who advertising. I zoomed in and I saw myself in the front row with a pen and a pad. I had just showed you that. It was one couple years ago.
Now, Maul. Now I'm coming to the conference, the big conferences, and I'm coming in. They like, you would make real estate. I'm like, I'm not with Maul. I got my own. I'm my own. You know what I'm saying? I'm ET, the hip hop freak. Yeah, I'm ET.
120series.com. Okay, 120series.com. Make sure you're there. We a couple weeks away, man. It's gonna be. I already know.
Phenomenal.
Epic. Excited. You know, Maul in his hometown. E in his hometown. We got the hometown heroes coming, man. It's gonna be dope.
All our family gonna be there, so be careful how you rub up against us. Our people gonna be in the house. So I don't need security. Also, my auntie gonna be there. I don't need no security.
UOU is here, man. We are a couple weeks away. Couldn't be more excited about that book release. Listen, we still need y'all help. Doggone pre-order.
If you ain't help now, man.
No. Some people just started listening. They didn't know.
You didn't watch, consume 10 years worth of free content.
We've been distracted. We focus now.
Bump that.
Go to ericthomas.com, man. Please pre-order. Let's get this book on the New York Times bestseller list. We need y'all to really go crazy with that. If you got an abundance of paper like young Daryl here, you just a young millionaire.
$60.
Yeah, just buy like 100, 200 copies, pass them out, take them to the local school. Just give them, man, these things is phenomenal. So shout out to everybody who's already done that.
I want to see them in the streets.
Last but not least, man, we have a couple birthday shout outs. Ayana and my pops. Birthdays, man. So happy birthday to I'll let you do your own daughter's happy birthday, but happy birthday to my pops, man, the greatest father that ever lived.
Date? Can you say the date?
The 26th.
Okay,
so it's
26th.
What's that? Tomorrow? Something like that. Yeah. So pops, happy birthday, man. Love you. Another year better.
To my new Spartan dog.
Hey. Come on. Let's go.
Yeah, she just
Go green.
She checked in.
Fight. Carl, put the fight song in that joint.
Yeah, we gotta do the fight. Yeah, she checked in to school on her birthday.
Yeah, that's good.
So man, this was my firstborn, man. This my firstborn. This was the one who had me take it to another level.
Yeah.
You know, she had me take it to another level, bruh. And I thank God it was a girl, you know, because I was just like, man, my little baby. So, yeah, happy birthday. It's her 18th birthday. So,
man, happy birthday, Yanni.
Yeah, going to college on her 18th birthday. And also, man, we got another birthday, huh? Go ahead, Doc. Part of the pack.
Oh, Hazel, yes, of course.
Baby Hazel.
Baby Hazel. Come on, man. Baby Hazel, Josh's daughter, her birthday as well. Sorry, I was over here texting my wife. She needs something urgent. I apologize. Baby Hazel, happy birthday to you, baby girl. That's crazy. We got 3 birthdays in the
same day.
Same day. August 26th. So happy birthday to
Carl,
all
you gotta
of
have
y'all.
another baby so that you can.
Hey, E, I'm coming with you. Whatever you're doing, mall talking some foolishness over here.
If Carl, me, or E have a baby, it's gonna be the immaculate reception. Conception. Man, appreciate y'all, man. Go to makerealestatereal.com. Go to deeperthanthebrand.com. Go to 120series.com. Go to ericthomas.com. Do all of that. We out of here.
Let's go.
See you next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul, with all your heart.
Thank you so much for rocking with us as always, right? We don't take it lightly, guys. And we hope that we've provided transformation and not just information. We want you to become the best version of yourself, right? Make sure you check out the show notes to access all the important links and get your product discounts. Now, one favor we're asking of you, do us this favor. Make sure you subscribe and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We want to know your feedback on how we can serve you better. And if there's anyone that you think can benefit from listening to this show, please, I'm begging you, please share it with them. And remember, as E always says, if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.